5 separate sources have told ESPN that Robert Kraft, for the 13th year, has been overlooked and passed by to be considered into the Hall of Fame, for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. At 83, Robert Kraft clearly deserves to be in it. We all agree, right?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
The fact that it's been 13 years and over again, he has chosen different ways in which to try to impress the committee, I think, whether it's the Dynasty documentary that really blew up in his face, whether it was how he handled the Bill Belichick situation, whether it is, all the different things that he did off the field to help in the community, which I think should be looked at more by the committee. The fact that Robert Kraft is not in the Hall of Fame and is once again being passed over to be inducted into the Hall of Fame is a travesty. It is terrible for the Krafts, but it also may be what needed to happen for Robert Kraft to look himself in the mirror and say, maybe I need to take the foot off the gas a bit. Maybe I don't need to go so hard at a coach that was here for over 20 years and did so much for us. Maybe I need to not just put all the blame on somebody else and actually think of it as like we all did this together. I do think that may have turned off a lot of people. I think Dynasty may have turned off a lot of people.
Okay.
Can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I jump in there?
Yeah.
It is an absolutely stupid by the NFL. He shouldn't have to do anything, turn nothing off. I know what you're saying, Courtney. He shouldn't have to do. The man has an organization that has won 6 championships, been to 8 Super Bowls. Yep. He helped end the strike back in 2011, I believe it was, somewhere along those lines. His franchise has been one of the best franchises in not just all of sports, but in the NFL when it comes to success.
Yeah.
The fact that he's not in the Hall of Fame, he shouldn't have to take his foot off the gas. He shouldn't have to do none of that. It shouldn't be what he does off the field and all of those things that.
Well, clearly is though.
Because those people are morons.
Well,
that's what it is. Say
but you're not going to change their opinion. So
because
I'm saying
the problem is they should not have. If you can't put a guy like this in the Hall of Fame, you should not have the right to vote for the Hall of Fame. I get they get this guy, Ralph Hay, whatever the hell his name is. The guy's been dead for like 70 years. Okay, he was, one of the 4 founders of the NFL. All right, what's the difference of waiting an extra year to put him in? Where Robert's still alive because Robert ain't getting any younger.
I think oftentimes because there are so many people that are up for consideration, you don't get it until you have, shuffled loose this mortal coil. Like
no, but that's
some
stupid.
Some people end up never getting that honor while they're alive.
But he should get the honor while he's alive. He should be given his flowers and be able to hear the nice things that people say about him. But I'm saying I think he's maybe gone overboard trying to impress people and trying to put any type of stink that the Patriots may have had on them off of him.
Do you think it's Spygate or Deflategate?
I think this latest one is the Dynasty documentary.
You do?
Yeah.
I don't think that there's a single voter outside of Boston that gives 2 poops about the Dynasty documentary.
No, I'm with you on that.
I disagree.
They don't care.
I disagree.
Why would they?
Because I think if they can look at it as if this was our franchise and the owner did what he just did in the documentary, whether or not, it was his choice to make the Dynasty documentary what it was, or if it was the people that were producing and directing, who knows?
Yeah.
Courtney, people outside of New England didn't even really watch the Dynasty.
That is not true.
Yeah, we were. We
That is not true.
We were meeting. Well, I was meeting people. I think I was down when we were down in spring training or whatever, and I was talking. I was doing some interview with an Atlanta station, and you guys were like getting the thing. They were like, "Yeah, we haven't even watched the documentary."
Everybody I've talked to outside of Boston is like, "Damn, your owner really came at your old head coach pretty hard."
By the way, nearly a full week of shows in Fort Myers this year for us for spring training.
Okay.
Because the Red Sox are all in. They're all in on Blake Snell and all in on Juan Soto, Curtis.
I agree. But just on this, it's a 9-member committee. It's not the writ large media. I cannot fathom that they would say, well, you were trashing a guy, after you left. In order to get to that point, you have to accept that he won 6 championships.
So then what's the reason in your mind?
Because he wants it too badly, and people in the NFL get too frustrated that somebody's dictating their decision.
That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying he's going too hard. He's going over the top when it comes to certain things.
Stupid, though, but that is stupid. Those 9 people should not have the right to vote. You vote.
We agree because he should be in.
You vote based on what the man has done with his organization. This whole off the field stuff, and he's got to be this and that. I mean, the guy's a model citizen. Let's be honest. He helps out a ton of people.
Yep.
Oh, I bet a lot of owners do that. It should be what he's been able to accomplish with his organization, what his franchise.
Just winning Super Bowls.
That's it. And winning and the success of on the field stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know Ralph May or Hay or whatever the hell his name from. The guy.
What is your issue with Ralph May or Hay?
I'm with Wiggy. I saw that name. I was like, F off.
Who
dude.
is he?
He is. I'll tell you.
He helped
the owner
find
of
the
Canton
NFL
Bulldogs back in 1918.
Oh yeah, the Canton Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Through
Ooh,
19.
But
has he
isn't he
been
like
to
a
the waterfall?
Yeah.
He's a co-founder of the league.
Yeah, he was like one of the forefathers. But
Yeah.
the guy's been dead since 1944.
We agree.
I do believe also, Greg, and it pains me to bring this guy up, as you know.
Yeah.
But the quarterback winning immediately in Tampa also, I think,
Is harmful.
yes.
Because
he acted like he was totally blameless, tried to escape any culpability of that entire thing, and discussed the Patriot way for 2 decades, and then the guy goes to Tampa, the armpit of America. No
and
offense.
wins right away.
Yeah,
And
but
wins
that
right away.
shouldn't matter, though. I mean, how many players is Jerry Jones ran out of Dallas?
No, if you're going to judge people on that, then there's no way Jerry Jones should be in the Hall of Fame because of what he did to Jimmy Johnson. You're 1,000%
Yeah,
right.
so-
But he did win the next year with Switzer.
Right, but
See, a texter says Robert Kraft has done nothing without Brady or Belichick.
Right.
So that's what
Who's won championships without a great coach and quarterback?
Yeah.
and guess what? If Robert Kraft doesn't hire Bill, then you get no Brady. And so it was his decision to go with Bill Belichick, who ultimately turns out to be the greatest coach, who then is one who drafts Tom, and Tom turns into the greatest quarterback of all time. So
That he stood, not only that, Wiggs, but the Super Bowl you won, that Kraft's binky was Bledsoe. He had just made him the highest paid player in the history of the NFL, and he allowed Bill Belichick to make the best coaching decision in my life and go with Tom over Drew after the AFC Championship.
that's why I wish all Hall of Fames would get rid of anybody who has any morals on what people should be doing off the field. I'm dead
Get rid
ass.
of morals.
No, because you should
No,
be.
it shouldn't. I agree with you. Like, what happened? Although then you have the argument when it comes to O.J. Simpson. Like, should O.J. Simpson be in Canton? He
Yes.
is.
Yeah, he should be.
Okay.
Pete Rose should be in the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. He served his time, Pete Rose. Maybe you don't want to put him in right away, but you got to the point where all right, this guy served his time. O.J. Simpson did all the. Who the hell knows what some of these guys that are in the Hall of Fame from back in the 19s and 30s and 40s and 50s
Well,
did?
the guy you mentioned, you have no idea who he
No,
is.
I just look at what they did in their respective sport on that field, or as an owner of that franchise, or as a contributor to that sport.
Yeah.
Think about how many contributors are out there that might just be writers or play-by-play guys.
And why don't they have this on TV or online to stream? Like, shouldn't they be transparent about why they're voting no?
Yeah.
And why they're what it is
It would
about
actually
Kraft.
it would make great content
Right.
if they were talking about it and telling you why they were voting yes or no.
Agreed.
All right. So Robert Kraft passed over again when it comes to the Pro Football Hall of Fame.